Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they're still going strong. That's for sure.
So what changed?
I just need to get off the road. Yeah.
Maybe we should be waiting to.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this here in a second.
I heard you guys start talking. I was like, press the record button. We'll get it all.
Get it all going here.
Right? Welcome back to the Roadkill Drums podcast.
Are we having fun?
I'm gonna bang a drum. Oh shit, I died. I'm in hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Roadkill Drums podcast. My name is Laurel. We've got Mark Roadkill, Roadkill Custom Drums on the other end. Today we are joined by the lovely Lori Peters and Mr. Curtis Crash. Welcome to the show, folks.
Yeah, man. Thanks, dude.
All right, thanks for being here. So, let's start with Miss Lori here. I know you from Skillet.
Yes.
From growing up, listening to all that like awesome rock and roll, working with the Coopers and having a great time. So I'm a little fangirl having you here today. It's an honor to have you.
Thanks for having me.
And then Curtis Crash, you were with MARIAH, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So welcome,
Sweet.
brother.
Thank you.
I love the '80s music. For a while, I tried to write a bunch of it, and I did some home recording. I had some experience in audio engineering, and I took a stab at that, but not to your level, man. I wish I was.
That's awesome. Thanks.
It's an honor to have both of y'all here. Well, welcome. So I guess we'll start with Lori. I overheard you guys talking earlier that you were tired of being on the road. And so,
Yeah, that's kind of what it came down to. I just needed a break. Needed to just get off the road, and I felt like I couldn't do what I needed to do for myself.
Yeah.
To unless I did that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a big sacrifice, but it was the right decision.
Well, and
Yeah.
I mean, I can relate to that.
The road is hard.
Road is hard.
Yes.
Road is a hard life, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I've been on the road in the same capacity as you have. But I grew up military and moving around my
Okay.
whole entire life, and there'd be times when we moved somewhere, and then 2 months later, orders changed and we moved again.
Right.
So, and to a degree, I can understand that constant travel and that the pressure that puts on. I mean, my dad was gone a lot for military stuff.
Yeah, and we were doing over 200 shows a year, like pretty much nonstop.
Yeah,
And
you guys
so-
set a record, didn't you, for like the most your
I wouldn't
shows
doubt
in a
it.
year or something?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I remember. I think it was like one of the Christian music record. One of the Christian music band records was most tours in a year for a Christian rock band. Or, I don't remember. The
Very well,
comment section
maybe.
might correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, you guys work hard and you put on a
We
hell
were
of a
working
show.
hard. Well, thank you. Yeah, it was one of the best times of my life. I did, 4 albums with Skillet. When I moved down to Memphis, we just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And it was, we did a live worship album, was like my first album.
Okay.
And Alien Youth, Collide, and then Comatose.
Yeah.
And like the Collide Comatose era was kind of like when we got signed to Atlantic
Yeah.
Records from our original label, which is Ardent. So yeah, I remember signing that dotted line with Atlantic, which was a big moment in my career. And
Definitely a checkbox.
yes,
For sure.
Yeah, but they're still going strong. Still, good friends, and yeah.
That's good. I like to hear that because you hear about people leaving bands. Usually, the first question a lot of outsiders goes, "Ooh, what happened?" Right?
Right.
Yeah.
They want the dirt.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
to hear that they was so friendly and that you guys are still friends to this day, it's really good to hear. And I
Thanks.
like to hear the good stories like that. But you're talking about signing with Atlantic, and Curtis over here got to laugh because I feel like we triggered a memory with you too.
Oh yeah.
So walk us through some of your time with MARIAH and where you got your start and things like that.
So we were based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I'll try and make this short and brief.
I'm going to adjust this here because
Okay.
it's kind of pointing off to your side, and these are directional. So there we go.
A friend of ours got backstage at a Bon Jovi concert, handed him one of our demo tapes. He stuck it in his bag, and they went over and they did that Russia big concert thing
Yeah.
over there. When he got back, he found our tape in his bag, and he popped it in. He listened to it, and he liked what he heard. And so he ended up calling our lead singer's house. Well, we were touring up in Winnipeg at the time.
Nice.
And so his girlfriend got the phone call, and he was like, "Hey, this is John Bon Jovi. Can I speak to Dennis.
And your first reaction is, get the fuck out of here.
And that's what she did. She was like, no way, and hung up the phone.
Prank caller.
Well,
Wow.
when you get to that level,
Yeah.
you kind of expect that to happen
Yeah,
sometimes.
I'd imagine so.
And he called back and he's like, no, this is for real.
Yeah.
And so long story short, he ended up contacting us, and they happened to be playing up in Winnipeg at the same time.
Yeah.
So we met up, and we started working with John and Richie for a long time.
That's awesome.
And we were actually supposed to be one of the first bands on their new label called The Underground.
Okay.
And then things between Richie and John kind of went south, and so now we're hitting Atlantic Records.
There you go. I was going to say,
And-
there's where that smile came from.
So we signed with Atlantic Records
Awesome.
and had everything scheduled. George Tutko was going to be producing our album and
Okay.
everything. And right about that time was when Nirvana hit.
Oh, man.
And once the grunge scene hit, they ended up shelving our album.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it right there.
Well, I mean,
Man.
it's about, they have to keep their fingers on the pulse, and when they see something taking off, they want to get on it, right?
Yeah.
My mentor in recording studios was Jimmy LaFavor, who worked on the Nirvana production when it launched out in California. Really, really nice gentleman. Had lots of really cool insights and lessons to teach me. And he had his own take on how all that took off, but I'll leave his opinion for him. But it's when we were just talking about 7 degrees of separation. Like, what a weird. That's cool, but awesome, man. So but you're off. You got a whole bunch of other things you got going on now.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit more what you got going on these
All right.
days.
Well, slowly transitioning into the countryside now.
Yeah.
I've been working with Rich Redmond,
Okay.
Sean Fuller,
Love Sean and Rich.
yeah,
Yep.
a bunch of the heavy hitters up here. And
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's just so humble and so nice. And they've just kind of taken me under their wing, and helped me in this transition. And, people think, oh, country's easy to play. It's not.
No. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Rotel here can tell you as a drummer himself, he's especially in older country, there's a lot of that shuffle beat.
Exactly.
And he struggled
I
with that
hate
for a while.
shuffles. I still struggle with it. You know,
We all
so- and I started late, so I can't catch that mower method yet. They're just. It's not like being a kid and learning.
But also,
when you
country
try to
music
learn when
has
you're
changed too. Like country
Oh,
music
yeah.
has changed. Where
It's
it
not
used
just
to
a
be,
straight beat now.
I'm
It's,
going to be bold and say that it did used to be very simple in its design and in its song structure, because it has roots going all the way back to like Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash, where
Right.
a lot of the rhythm is pretty simplistic. Even if it is a shuffle beat, it's pretty simplistic. But I'd go back as far as the 80s and 90s. Country music has kind of taken over what rock and roll used to do,
Yep.
and it's expanded a lot. I mean, you hear a lot of younger country artists, and they're using a lot more electronics. They're using a lot more like hip hop, and other things. We were talking
a
with
lot,
Steve
a
about
lot of
this.
different time signatures. It's not
Yeah.
just a straight 4/4
Yeah.
every song, which I
Yeah.
can do that. But you start getting into 5/4 everything else, and then I'm going, what?
But
Yeah.
country music has been the brave genre that's adopting in a lot of other genres into it and staying country. It's impressive to see it.
Yeah.
And I think you're tapping into exactly what I'm tapping into what you're trying to say, and it's cool to see that shift and how
Yeah.
country music's evolving.
And everybody's just been so humble and
Yeah.
nice. They just embrace me and helping me out along the way. And it's here in Nashville. There's no competition.
Yeah.
People just they want to help.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's good to see that turning around, because I've heard so many stories from people like, it's cutthroat out there. You gotta make it or break it. The moment you take a break, you disappear and you can start all over again. And the more I've been digging into the performance side of music, my background's in the production and the digital and the cameras and the microphones and stuff. The more I see the professional side, I'm seeing that whole mentality change. And if you're a jerk, if you're disingenuous, you get flushed out real quick.
Yeah.
It's people are more willing to work with somebody who has lesser of a name but is more genuine and more humble
Yep.
than somebody who's braggadocious and egotistical.
Exactly.
So it's cool to see that transition and hear about it from the inside as well.
Yep.
So a question for each of you, talking a little bit about like where you got your start. Who would you say was your greatest inspiration for getting into music, whether it's professionally or within family or whatever it was? Who was the person that really drove you into music to begin with?
anything on MTV was my inspiration. I was glued to it. I'm probably dating myself, but when MTV hit, that's really how I learned how to play
I
drums.
was going to
just
make
watching.
a joke and say, for our viewers at home, MTV used to play music.
Right.
Back in
It used
the
to be
day.
very cool.
It stands for music television.
It used
Right.
to. I don't know what it stands for now.
Now it stands for shitty game show.
The visual of it, I'm like, okay, you put your hand this way, and the kit gets set up this way.
I'm with you 100%. I used to watch like the music video hours at Headbangers Ball and all that
Yes.
stuff back in the day, and watch how they're playing things, and that's how I learned.
Yep.
I was watching these music videos and going, oh, okay, he's doing this. That's how he's getting that sound. And if I couldn't figure it out, I'd ask somebody, like, can you figure out how they're doing that?
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, I'm with you 100%. That's awesome. So was there a specific artist or band you really gravitated towards?
I mean, I was just all the rock drummers, everybody that was on MTV, I'd stay up late and watch. Tommy Lee, of course.
yeah.
Gosh, anybody who had a video on MTV, I was watching. But I remember when Samantha Maloney filled in for Motley Crue, and I was glued. And I'm like, I think I can do that.
Yeah.
And I got a chance to meet her. She came and was a part of Drumathon
Yeah.
a few years back.
Yeah.
For Breast Cancer Circuit Foundation, which
Yeah.
is like who I'm here representing.
Yeah, we were chatting
today,
with April
so.
on another episode.
Yes, April. So we bring in celebrity drummers every year, and Samantha was one. And the fact that I got to meet somebody that I saw on MTV all those years ago, it's just like blowing my mind. But
I mean,
she's
that's how
awesome.
I'm feeling right now. Right here. You were like one of my
Well,
first
I
concerts
appreciate it.
growing up, and it was so much fun. I was like, I want to be in music. It was so
Thanks,
much fun.
man.
It was
You
super good.
know, I do have to admit, I'm kind of geeking out here too because Skillet has always been one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Dude,
I've
man,
ever known.
thank you.
I've got some friends in Jacksonville that are huge fans. They blast Skillet all day long. I guarantee. Tim, if you're watching, sucker, I'm sitting with her.
Skillet's in the stratosphere now, and I wish them all the best. They're doing great.
Yeah, they seem like great people, and I'm super happy and to know that I was a part of it as a fan when like Alien Youth came out. That's such a cool note for me. I love to be a part of that. But then MARIAH is something that I remember hearing my uncle listen to, and I was just I was a little young to really appreciate like especially like the 80s style music.
Right.
Growing up in the 90s, I was born in '89, so I made the 80s by this much.
Oh, you barely
I
made it. You
barely
squeaked
made
in.
it. Barely made it. So, but in reality, I'm a '90s kid, and so all the kids growing up, it was all boy. I never really got into the boy band stuff, but it was all more the modern rock that I was listening to. I didn't really gain an appreciation for '80s music till I was an adult, and I fell in love with Def Leppard and AC/DC and all that stuff. So, but hearing all that and hearing all the hard work and the passion and the genuineness that goes into the '80s music kind of made me hate the music I grew up with just a little bit. I was like, oh, this is so phony. This is where all the art really is. But I mean, brother, that's cool. So the same question to you. What was kind of the driving force or person in your life that kind of pushed you into music?
That's really hard to say, but I mean, bottom line, it would have to be Peter Criss.
Peter Criss?
Yes.
And it's like, you
High
know,
bar.
when I saw this guy painted up like a cat
Yeah.
playing drums, it's like,
Man.
man, I want to do that,
Yeah.
but not to the makeup point. But that's what kind of got me into it. And then I actually started taking lessons with Gordy Knutson, who is
Oh, wow,
Steve
okay.
Miller Band drummer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
I love him.
And
Wow.
I've been friends with him for the past, God, it's been 38 years now.
Gotcha. You want to pull that microphone just a little bit closer? They're starting to pick up the drums, so we're having a hard time hearing you.
And so, matter of fact, I still take lessons from him to this day, and we do
Wow.
Zoom lessons. And everybody's like, "Why are you still taking lessons?" And it's like, you never know enough.
Well, yeah,
Right.
you can always get
learn.
better.
Right.
There's no. We were talking about this on an episode earlier.
Absolutely.
There's no getting to the top and just staying there. You can always improve. You can always get better, and it's always
Yes.
work.
You stop,
Yeah.
you get static, you're done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're always learning something new.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I used to be a scuba instructor. We tell if you stop swimming, you drown. So
Yeah.
keep going. You can always get better. You can always improve. Always.
Hey, real quick,
Yeah.
I want to just say something. There's a gentleman standing over here, Brian, right?
Hey.
So
Right.
this guy actually booked MARIAH
Yeah.
Like it's been probably 35 years ago.
Wow.
And we actually met up. He like sent me a message on Facebook. He's like, "Is this the same Mariah?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it wasn't until yesterday we actually met face to face after
That's
35
awesome.
years. And
Wow.
when he first booked
Rock and roll, brother.
Thanks, Brian.
Shout out to Brian. What's his last name? Brian, what's your last name, Brian? Kaczynski? Gotcha. Nice to meet you, brother. Well, shout out to you, brother. What a cool connection.
Yeah.
Dude, you got almost as long as I've been alive. That's how long ago that was. Wow, that's cool, man. All right, so I guess the next question I'd like to ask both of you is we really speak to a lot of like local musicians in the local circuit, a lot of up-and-comers that are looking for how to climb that ladder. You know, the industry's really changed. It used to be you play really hard, hope you get discovered, and then you get picked up and off you go.
Right.
But it's completely flipped around the other way now, and now you've got to go find someone that's willing to take you on, and it's completely flipped the script. So from people that climbed the old system, the old ladder, the old system, and got up to Atlantic Records for both of you, which is such a cool connection. This was not planned. They joined us. They did this podcast together on my request at the last second because I was like, I don't want to make anybody wait, so let's have them both on at the same time. We got the extra mic.
I do remember Mariah, by the way.
Do you?
I do. I'm like, it's triggering.
So, but is there anything, any lesson or surprise that happened for you guys along the way that you were like, oh wow, that really changed the game for me, or that really spoke to me, that we could pass along to up and comers that might help them out?
Oh, you're gonna make me go first.
Yeah,
huh?
you made her go first last time, brother. It's on you now.
What was the question?
So is there something that surprised you along the way that really kind of boosted that aha moment that you were like, oh, this is the switch that happened, that maybe you could pass along the advice to some up and comers?
You're never too old.
Never. Okay.
There you go, man.
I mean,
I
That's for this
understand
man.
that.
Yep.
I mean that's the thing. It's like, getting, transforming into country now and stuff. It just really kind of opened my eyes that, I might have been, back in the 80s hair band, but I still got something left in the tank,
Yes.
And so, don't ever give up out there.
Yeah.
And I've got a guy named Sean Metler. He's he actually lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm going to be doing a project with him.
Okay.
And he's really good friends with Jason Aldean.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
apparently they grew up together and stuff.
Yeah.
So we've got a new project
Awesome.
we're working on. So.
Never too. How about you?
I had a moment when we did get signed to Atlantic, and the artist relations guy, like I'm looking at all the artists on Atlantic, and it was the 30th year of Rush.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, let me know if you need tickets for anything. I'm like,
Rush?
okay.
I want all of them. All the tickets.
Yeah, he mailed me 2 front row seats to the 30th anniversary of Rush.
Oh.
And when I saw Neil
Nice.
Peart, however you want to say it, Peart, that was like one of those moments where like, I need to up my game. I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It inspired me to work on a solo, which I'm not a big like soloist.
Yeah.
I can do a little bit, but I don't really like the spotlight on me. But I'm like, I need to up my game. I need to, do this, and that. So that was like a moment where I'm like, I need to do something.
I totally freak when the pressure's on me for a drum solo. Because it's like, what do I do? It's
You
like,
get that little voice inside your head saying, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up.
So-
No, I don't get that. I just go.
Probably the
Stupid.
biggest thing in Central Florida, where we're based out of, is the open jam circuit down there. There's a couple that are kind of the godfather of it. Jim and Judy Taylor. We've given them lots of shout outs. They've been on our show before. Shout out to Jim and Judy. These guys really kind of set the tone for open jams and being very welcoming and encouraging, teaching others to play together as a group. Because you get a lot of loners that play at home and they don't really know how to play with other people. And I've traveled the world. My parents were military. I grew up moving around my entire life. And I've been to several open jams across the country. And most of them, I won't say all, but most of them tend to be, if you walk up and say, I'd like to play, they quickly give you the up and down and go, who are you? Can you even play? How many followers do you have?
Right.
And there's a lot of pressure to be somebody in order to just be at an open jam. But you come down to Central Florida, and it's very welcoming. They don't care who you are. You want to play? Cool. You can go up next. We're gonna what do you like? And if you get up there and you don't know
sound
the
that
song,
bad, we just turn down the amp, and if you're a drummer, we turn the amps up.
That old trick. That's
yeah,
an old
right.
trick.
That old trick. Yeah. But if you don't know the song, everybody that's on stage will turn around and they will adjust to your speed and what you need to do, and they will all play together. And it's such a cool, welcoming network that's down there. And so I think from what you're talking about upping your game, it's that sense of, I want to be able to play with these guys. I want to be able to do this, and especially, forgive me if I'm overstepping in what I'm saying here, but it's that sense of challenge. And you're never too old. Always keep improving and just keep growing. And I think that's a great summary for both of your answers.
And I think that's good advice for up and comers.
Yeah,
For sure.
across the board. Okay, guys, so I don't want to hold everybody up too long, so we've only got about a half hour left of the Music City Drum Show. I want to make sure you guys get back to your booths and get to go see everything before everything ends here. Is there can you guys plug any of your current projects or up-and-coming things that we can tag down underneath the video down here?
My husband and I have a project called Emerald Escape.
Okay.
Find us on Facebook, Emerald Escape Music, Instagram.
Okay.
So we don't play live out. I kind of call it just a studio project. We've got a handful of singles out. So Emerald Escape, and then also, of course, I work very closely with Breast Cancer Ticket Foundation.
Yeah.
Drumathon is in Dallas this year, November 2nd.
Yeah, I think she said November 2nd. Yeah.
Yes, and
I might be able to make that one. My son lives in Arlington, so.
okay, and we bring in celebrity drummers. We're still finalizing who those are.
Yeah.
But it's an opportunity, like you said, bringing.
I was about to plug you. That's weird. Get out of my brain. I was about to plug you.
Well, Rich has done it several times, so I need to get your information. But it's, like you said, bringing drummers together. It's all about us lifting each other up, and it's about raising money for breast cancer and being paid to play on stage and literally sit next to someone like Rich Redmond and drum next to him. So.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we plug all that down here. If you're going to be in Dallas on November 2nd, make sure you check out Emerald, what was it?
Emerald Escape.
Emerald Escape. Yeah, I don't know what I was about to say Emerald City. I was like, oh, it's Wizard of Oz. Emerald Escape.
Yeah. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you stream.
Yeah, all right. So Curtis, what can we plug in down here for you guys?
Well, right now we don't have anything formalized yet, so I can't really share anything.
That's
but
fair.
What I can say is you can follow me on Facebook, Curtis Crash, and Instagram, TikTok, and everything, and just doing some fun videos and stuff on there. And then once we get closer to releasing,
not a problem. We'll be able to find that through the Curtis Crash links on social media and website stuff as it comes out later on. Can you give us any teasers at all? I don't want to get you in trouble, but I gotta ask because this is juicy.
You're gonna hear a lot of Jason Aldean influence in it.
Okay.
From the drumming side of it, from working with Rich.
Yeah.
And then also with Sean, growing up with Jason.
Okay.
So, it's going to have that rock edge to it.
All right.
Might even throw some 80s stuff style in there. So,
Can I plug one more thing?
Absolutely.
I've been recently live streaming a lot on TikTok.
There you go.
Lori Peters Music on TikTok. And then I recently signed up with a streaming artist agency. So shout out to SAA on TikTok.
Heck yeah, this streaming artist agency. So let's follow these guys. Let's get down here. I want you guys to get to enjoy the rest of the show before they close up here in a little bit. Thank you so much for being here.
Matt.
It's an honor to be able to sit down with both of you.
Thanks for
MARIAH,
having
Skillet,
us.
everything. It was an honor, guys. Real quick before
Thank you very
we're
much.
going to go have you guys sign this. We're having everybody that's been on the show for this entire weekend. Sign that if you could, and then we'll take a picture together. Sound good?
Sounds
Yes.
good.
Let's go have some fun.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna bang a drum.